gbé kúrò níbẹ̀. Bámísà Adélẹ́mọ̀wọlé ṣe so ìkànnì Success Radio tó bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí kó o máa ṣe kí ni kó o máa gbọ́ torí ń gbọ́gbọ́ náà ń gbọ́gbọ́ ń sọ sọ́nà ń sọ sọ má gbé kúrò níbẹ̀. Bámísà Adélẹ́mọ̀wọlé ṣe so ìkànnì Success Radio tó bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí kó o máa ṣe kí ni kó o máa gbọ́ torí ń gbọ́gbọ́ náà ń gbọ́gbọ́ ń sọ sọ́nà ń sọ sọ má gbé.
For being there with us. This is Success Radio live in the city of Ibadan, and you are connecting to us, seeing us, being part of this program live through your Facebook or through your YouTube. Just type in Success Radio Ibadan. We are back again on your program Eco Pointer. Ensure you share it, like it, invite others to be part of it, because this is a business and economic information program that is intended to inform you so that you will not be deformed financially, economically, and in business wise. Come with truckload of information for you again today, because especially today what you are going to hear will benefit you so much. And as I always say, everything is business. Try to involve others, because only you cannot make a business. You cannot be the buyer and the seller at the same time. You cannot be the dealer and the customer at the same time. You cannot be the payer of the money and the receiver at the same time. All right, today, for our information that we have always been giving and sharing on this program and on this platform, this is Eco Pointer. And the platform is Success Radio Ibadan. This program has three different segments. We have the economic information, we have the sell yourself segment, and we have the business idea segment. That's the market of ideas. I have here right with me my producer, Omolara. Thank you so much for being there. This morning, there are some lessons we want to learn from a man that is acclaimed to be the richest man in Nigeria. Not only in Nigeria, even in Africa. I think you know the man I am talking about. That is Aliko Dangote. There are lessons from him. Want to hear something about him? I want to learn some lessons, business lessons from him. Another information this morning from the business day that we have got says FAC, that is Federation Account Allocation Committee, disburses 760 billion naira to all government tiers in September 2022. Are you aware of that? It's already in the news. Some of us have been aware of this, that Lagos commuters are stranded because commercial drivers, they started strike yesterday, which was Monday. How is that? How does that have to do with you? What business lessons are we to learn from that? Oil exploration, oil exploitation to begin in Lagos. Wow. Not Niger Delta this time around. Lagos, southwest Nigeria. Then we are going to have the information about the CBN policy of redesigning the Naira. CBN double down on plans to introduce newly designed Naira. As you know, my name is Kolawole Kayode, your anchor on this program, Eco Pointer. All right, we'll go on with the information that we have. FARC disburses 760 billion naira to all tiers of government in September 2022. That is barely a month ago, because today is the first day in November. Just barely a month ago in September. The federal government, the state government, and the local government in Nigeria, those are the three tiers of government in this country, received 760 billion naira as allocation onto them in September 2022 from the Federation Account Allocation Committee, FARC. The information was contained in the communique issued by FARC during their October 2022 meeting. Further breakdown of the allocation stated that federal government got 294.244 billion naira out of the 760. That is more than 50. Okay, no, not up to 50%. 294.244 billion naira. While the 36 state governments got 233.223 billion naira. Something you can take note there is that the allocation to the federal government is more than the allocation to all the 36 state governments added together. Again, the 774 local governments in Nigeria got 172 billion, that's 172.776 billion naira, while 59.992 billion naira was given as 13% derivatives to the concerned state. There are information, there are lessons for us to learn from that, and we're going to learn that as we go on. Lagos commuters stranded on commercial drivers strike. The Joint Drivers Welfare Association of Nigeria, representing commercial drivers in Lagos, started a 7-day warning strike on Monday, 31st October 2022. Wow. The argument of the drivers is that multiple levies, tolls, or taxes are being placed on them, and they were compelled to pay by government agents and people that work on the highways. Due to the strike of these commercial drivers, a lot of commuters, people who are waiting to board vehicle buses on the streets of Lagos were stranded yesterday. Some were so surprised. Many were complaining bitterly because they could not make up the appointment they were supposed to get into. Many failed their businesses. Many could not get to their offices. Some were found trekking along the way. Students were seen trekking to school. Some went back home. Some trekked down there. Even returning back from their offices and from their place of work were a lot of problems. And due to the situation, a lot of alternative for transportation was brought in. Some have to be begging private owners of vehicles to carry them. Some private owners of vehicles turn commercial vehicles, seizing the opportunity of the situation. Even some of the banned Okada riders have to take to the street to seize opportunity of the situation. Like Yoruba says, if what we do eat is not available, what we don't eat should not hesitate to run away. Oil exploration and exploitation to begin in Lagos, our own Lagos state in the southwest of Nigeria. Nigeria plans to tap its ultra deep water oil field in order to maximize the nation's oil and gas potentials. The offshore domain in Nigeria. What is the meaning of offshore? Offshore is beyond the land, the sea area that are still within the territorial area of the nation. So when we talk about offshore, beyond the land area, on the waters, in the deep sea, but they are still part of Nigeria. The offshore domain in Nigeria is one of the most fertile hydrocarbon provinces in the world. That is, our sea areas in Nigeria, they consist of a lot of resources for us to tap into and to benefit the nation. So the offshore areas in Nigeria, is one of the most fertile hydrocarbon provinces in the world. It contains about 13 billion barrels of oil that are not yet tapped. And Lagos State is one of those areas we are all aware, many of us knew it, that there is water in Lagos, the Atlantic Ocean is connected there, and right there in Lagos, a lot of reserve of crude oil is deep into the waters of Lagos, and the federal government is now ready to tap into it. The key issue with the exploration for oil in Lagos is finance. And because of this, finance is the key hurdle for the federal government. And for this reason, the federal government now plans to unction 7 deep offshore oil and gas blocks. All these blocks are in the Lagos waters. All the 7 deep oil and gas blocks. The federal government wants to unction them, that is to sell them out. And what is the meaning of unction? Unction is saying we want to sell these things who is willing to buy. When the sellers come around, then we'll be asking each of them, how much can you pay for this block? When we talk about block, we're not talking about the block we use to build house. We're talking about a particular geographical carved out location where oil deposit is very much there and want to sell out that place. For example, we can say 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer square area. Who is going to buy this place? And you will explore, you will search for oil in this area. When you find it, then you have it money. You will begin to exploit the oil and you pay tax to the government. So this is what we actually refer to oil blocks. It's talking about land area that are potentially filled with oil and gas, and people will pay to rent that place. Now, unctioning of those kind of oil block is saying, whosoever is willing to buy, whosoever is willing to pay and to explore for oil in those places. The government, federal government, is doing auction, and the auction is saying, okay, we'll be asking all the willing sellers, how much can you pay? Okay, somebody say he's going to pay 100 million naira. Another person come up and say, no, I'm going to pay 200 million naira. Another person come up and say, okay, I'm going to pay 500 million naira. Another person come up and say, okay, I'm going to pay 1 billion naira. By the time each willing buyer has submitted his or her own bid, then we'll look for the highest bidder. The person who is willing to pay the highest amount for the oil block, that is the person or the company or the firm that the government will sell the block to. So right there in the Lagos offshore area, the government is willing, the federal government, not the Lagos state government, the federal government is willing to sell 7 oil and gas offshore blocks to the willing sellers. And a lot of things is meant to happen in the Lagos business area when this begin to materialize. That is the lessons and the benefits we're looking forward to. And all this information that we are relaying to you was given by Gbenga Komolafe, that is the head of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRIC, NUPRC. And this was the former Department of Petroleum Resources. That was the popular Department of Petroleum Resources we used to know. Now the name has been changed to Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. The head of that commission is relaying all this information to us, for us as Nigerians to hear this and to seize the opportunity. CBN doubled down on plan to introduce newly designed Naira notes. We are aware already that the CBN has announced that they are going to redesign the 100 Naira note, 200 Naira note, 500 Naira note, and 1,000 Naira note. Though the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Minister of Finance, has claimed she wasn't aware of the policy of the CBN. However, according to the law of the nation, it is not compulsory for the governor of the CBN to report to the Minister of Finance. By law, he reports to the to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It does not report to the Minister of Finance, though it is necessary for both the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank of Nigeria to work together for the benefit of everyone in this country. And remember, like we say in economics, that the Ministry of Finance, they manage the fiscal policy of the federal government, while the central bank manages the monetary policy of the federal government. When we say fiscal policy, we are talking about taxation, how much tax the government is going to get, how much everybody is going to pay as tax, your tax on your income, value-added tax, tax on the things you buy from supermarket, tax, all kinds of taxes that become revenue to the government, and how government spend those money for the benefit of Nigerians. That is what the Ministry of Finance manages. Why the central bank manages the monetary policy, talking about the printing of money, the giving out of loans, the charging of interest rates from the banks, how much deposit you must deposit in your bank, how much cash you should hold in your hand as a business person, as a private person, how much cash you must put in the bank so that for your transaction to be able to go on, how much cash you can withdraw from bank, and things like that. Things that have to do with cash, bank, and all those kind of a thing. Those are the monetary policy that the central bank manages. But there are issues in this redesigning of the Naira banknote that concerns every one of us as Nigerians. That's why we are discussing them on this show. The Central Bank of Nigeria has said new banknotes, new Naira banknotes will come out by 15th of December 2022. The bank has also said old and new banknotes will continue to be legal tender. That is, by law, they must be accepted for trading, for payment, for exchange, all through the rest of December, from the 15th December till 31st of January. That is roughly about 6 weeks or 1.5 months. Why, as from 1st of February 2023, the old note that we are spending now, the 100 naira, the 200 naira, the 500 naira, the 1000 naira, all of them, those old notes, they cease to be legal tender. And what does that have to mean? All these old notes that you are holding, sorry, it's not yet old because they are still legal tender as we speak. But the current 100 naira, 200, 500, 1000 naira you have, all those notes you have in your purse, in your pocket, as you are looking at them, as from 1st of February 2023, nobody will accept them from you again. Now there have been provision through the banks that henceforth, especially from that 15th of December, if you have old notes in your custody, return them to the bank, go and deposit them in the bank, or you can go and exchange them in the bank. So that we'll do that all through December and January. Before February 2023, there will not be old notes in circulation again. What are the lessons you are meant to learn from this? You are supposed to be saving your money in the bank. Don't put your money inside piggy bank. Like the one we call Kolo in nowadays. Don't put your money there. Don't dig the ground to keep your money. It is not advisable. Don't put your money inside your pillow in your room. These are not advisable. When you are having large cash, go and drop them in the bank. especially now that the Fed Central Bank is saying they want to redesign the naira. And we should get used to electronic transactions. Do transactions through banks. Do your payments. You can also buy things through the banks. In fact, according to the regulation in the country, do you know there is an amount of money you are not supposed to be carrying around? Anything like 500,000 naira and above, you should not be carrying them as cash. We also should be warned. And take note of this sound of warning. Don't allow anybody anywhere to use your own account to deposit money, especially large sum of money, or use your money to do transactions. Please don't allow it. You never know where that money is coming from. Don't be involved in crime you don't commit. And before we go, like I said, when we start this program this morning, I said we have some lessons to learn from the richest man in Nigeria, in Africa. On this note this morning, on the market of ideas, for your business, this is the ideas we are bringing in this morning. There are strange things that we consider we cannot preserve in this country. Do you know, I have seen something here in this country. I saw where people preserve mango. Are you surprised? It is not hearsay. I have seen it where mango was dried and packed inside nylon. In fact, for the fact that I've not seen it before, I was curious to buy. I bought and tasted it. It was wonderful. Now, this is the idea we are bringing in on this platform this morning. Instead of we complaining there is no job, there is no job, there is no job. Do you know you can dry ewedu, pack it in nylon, pack it in containers and sell it out? People will buy. Instead of we saying, as we know, rainy season is going away, but during the rainy season we had large quantity of ewedu, this vegetable, all around us. Many of them got wasted. However, instead of wasting things like that, we can preserve them. We can dry them up and pack them. Long ago, we used to have dried okra. You know it. Our people used to call it orunla like that. We used to have dried okra. Do you know you can also pack that inside containers and sell it out? You will make your money. What we're trying to say is that stop complaining there is no job in this country. There is job. Don't wait for the governor or the president to come and give you job. The civil service job, they are not so many to go around everybody. That actually is the problem. So as many who could not get job in the civil service, who could not get job in corporations, you can create one for yourself. So like I was saying, the lessons from the richest man in Nigeria and in Africa. For the 10th time in a row, Aliko Dangote has been named as the richest man in Africa for the year 2021 with an estimated net worth of $12.1 billion. Do you know by April 2022, that is this year, the worth of Aliko Dangote has risen from that $12.1 billion to $15 billion. And so he remains the richest man on the soil of Africa. And is 138th richest man in the world. That means there are 129 people in Europe, in America, in Asia that are ahead of him. Now listen to this concerning the man we're talking about. Aliko Dangote was born in 1957, about 65 years ago, in the northern part of Nigeria. His grandfather became his guardian because his father died in 1965. His grandfather's name was Sanusi Dantata. That Sanusi Dantata was a dealer in rice and oats. Well, because of our time, maybe we are going to take up this by next week because the time is really up now. All right, we're going to round off here for today on Eco Pointer. Continue to join us next week for the program again by 9 a.m. in the morning on the same platform, Success Radio Ibadan. And continue to join the rest of the program on this platform, Success Radio Ibadan. You can always connect us via Facebook, via YouTube. And my name is Kolawole Kayode. Kolawole Kayode. The number through you can connect me is 07053706276. 07053706276. Thank you so much for being there today. We appreciate you.
Bámi sá Adélé ọmọ wòlíì ṣe so ìkànnì